Hey guys, it's Pastor Heather, and I wanted to talk to you for a minute about the scripture that we're going to read in church tomorrow when we do our live stream. So tomorrow we're talking about Joseph. And Joseph, a lot of us know as the guy who got this really pretty coat when he came back to his dad, and we talk all about his brothers, and we've been following this story about how Joseph's brothers were really not super excited to have Joseph around all the time. And so they decided they were going to take a trip and they were going to throw him in this pit. And it's this long story of how Joseph's brothers just don't like him very much. And the reason that Joseph's brothers don't like him very much is that Joseph has a special gift. And Joseph's special gift is that he has these really wild dreams, and he believes that they are dreams and gifts from God. And so Joseph tells his brothers about these dreams. And all of these dreams make it sound like Joseph wants to be in charge. And that's kind of problematic, right? Because if you're going around and you're telling your brothers or your sisters or your family all day long, well, God told me I was going to be in charge. Don't you think that might make your brothers and sisters kind of mad too? I have 3 brothers and sisters, and it would make them so mad if I walked around the house going, well, God told me that I was going to be in charge. Or God told me, especially in my super special dream, that you have to listen to everything I say. It's kind of hard to think about, isn't it? But the most important thing about Joseph is while he's having all of these dreams and spending time with God, he's got to interpret them. And when you interpret something, it means that you're translating it or you're making it easier to understand for other people. So there's something that we have in our culture and in our world. We have lots of languages, right? Well, one of the languages that we have is called American Sign Language. So in American Sign Language, it's for people who are deaf, which means that they can't hear very well with their ears, so they use their eyes to communicate and they use their hands to communicate. And so you can say lots of different things, like you can spell your name with your hands, or you can say words like girl or like boy. And you see how if I do like that, it kind of looks like a bonnet or a baseball cap. And so I wanted to teach you the word dream in sign language, because we're talking about Joseph's dream and we're talking about Joseph interpreting things and we're talking about how we share things with each other. So if you want to know how to make the sign for dream in sign language, you'll take your finger just like this, like it's a little worm almost, okay? You'll take your finger and you'll go from your brain, because dreams happen in our head, right? And we'll go do, do, do. See? So if I wanted to say Joseph's dream, I would sign Joseph, and then I would go dream. And that's how I could interpret a way to tell someone who was deaf about Joseph's dream, and I could spell out different language. But I always thought that the dream sign was really, really cool because it looks almost like a thought bubble. Like you're thinking, I'm dreaming about, and all of these different thoughts come into your head. So this week, while you listen to worship on the web and you listen to Pastor Elizabeth and me lead you with all of these conversations and all of this language about dreaming and interpreting and being faithful to God, remember that God is with us. God has given us sound minds. God gave Joseph a sound mind and a good brain to work through things and to think about all of these dreams and visions he was having so that he could serve God to the best of his ability. Just like you guys. I know a lot of you started school this week and it looks different than it ever has, and it may be a little harder to do on the computer, or you may be in school with masks on all over the place and that just feels weird. But God gave you a really, really good brain and even better hearts that show me and tell me that you're gonna have a great time and it's gonna be a great year, okay? So I'm thinking about you, and in sign language this means I love you. I love you. So I love you, I'm thinking about you, and keep dreaming. Bye guys.